to Good Boys Gone Bland, Season 6, Episode 5, Colossal. I'm Denali, the extremely large host.
I am Ryan. I guess I'm big as well.
I'm fucking Jason. I'm in Minnesota and I've had like 12 beers. Somebody's got to be the person in the sandbox, guys.
But it's 12 huge beers, because we're the biggest podcast in existence, right?
Oh, you're not the,
We're the 3 tallest and largest hosts. Welcome to the Colossal podcast.
I'm colossally hammered right now.
Oh, are you big, though?
I'm huge.
Welcome to the largest podcast on Apple Podcasts. Today we're going to be talking about big things like monster trucks, gala apples, and redwood trees, the largest tree in existence, and the Great Coral Reef, largest life form by biomass.
Giant whales.
Is that a real reef?
What's the largest whale?
Blue
whales, the largest whale. None of that tiny dolphin shit. Suck it, dolphins.
You have a voice for radio. That's good. That's
I have a
really
face
nice.
for it too.
Specifically when doing the large voice, which I'm having trouble mimicking.
Yeah.
Without
tiny
just
voice.
yelling.
Welcome to the tiniest podcast. We talk about little field mice and dolphins. The smallest whale. Dolphins are whales?
Little tiny
No,
gnats.
I don't think so. And I also think they're the smallest.
Are they,
if they
are
were
they fucking whales? What's the smallest? I'm going to Google it right now. Smallest whale, just real quick. Don't want to belabor this. Smallest
Narwhal.
whale is the dwarf sperm whale.
These jokes write themselves.
You think they just did that to just own this whale as hard as possible?
This one where, like the first one they met was kind of an asshole. You know what?
Let's call him a dwarf sperm whale.
You, your children, and your children's children will be cursed.
There's actually a whale that's slightly larger called the fucking piece of shit small whale. So I think they were just kind of continuing the trend. Well, welcome to the show, guys. We're reviewing the movie Colossal with Anne Hathaway as episode 5 of our Anne Hathaway watch-along season. We're at the halfway point now. And we watched, Jace, this is your pick this week.
Yeah.
This was an interesting pick. I'm super psyched that we watched it. This will be an exciting episode. I'd like to say right now, audience, if you have not seen this movie, maybe give it a watch before you listen in. Yeah.
This is, I think the interesting thing is, like, I knew nothing about this movie other than that Anne Hathaway and there's a giant monster. And there's a couple twists about the premise of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so, like, even talking about the characters in the movie is going to be somewhat of a spoiler.
Yeah.
Rather than
Agreed.
like how we can talk about the characters and then the twist might be at like the end or something like that. But like, I think they did a really good job of marketing this movie and completely caught me off guard. I mean, there's going to be some people mad that I'm saying this, that people think the twist is a spoiler, but it's the premise. It's unexpected.
Yes.
Pull over onto the side of the road if you're on your commute.
Brent, yeah.
Brent, pull the movie up on your phone and just put it on the center console and then sit there and watch the movie.
Until work traffic was late. Traffic was a nightmare. It's worth a watch. Everyone else pull over safely and watch Colossal real quick before finishing this episode. We will wait. Okay, pause for them to watch the movie. And welcome back, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the movie. And now we're going to break this movie down. I really think it was better going in cold, like you said, Ryan. I'm glad I did. I didn't watch the trailer for this. I was strong.
Yeah.
After we had that-
Good.
yeah.
After the Halloween.
What
pop.
would the trailer for this movie show? Now you have me interested.
I heard the marketing team was kind of like put on blast a little bit because they mismarketed this movie.
Yeah, that's a big thing I want to talk about too. Because I would have, if I knew this was actually like a kaiju movie, I probably would have picked this up.
Yeah. I wonder
You consider
if they
this a
marketed...
kaiju movie?
Not at all.
This movie's a rom-com.
Well,
okay, don't open this can of worms.
That's
we got
a subject of debate.
We got a lot of fan mail from Devil Wears Prada.
We got fan mail from my wife, who is upset with me and has had conversations on 2 different days with me about how I'm wrong about my opinion about the whole rom-com debate.
Is she on our side?
Bring on. Yeah.
She was on your guys' side. And
Okay, cool.
She
Big ups, Julie.
She came home she listened to half the episode one day, and then she was like, you really don't make sense. Like, what you're saying really does not make sense. I agree that I understand why they're confused, and I don't understand what you're saying. And I was like, what? You do this the whole episode? I talk about it again. I clear everything up at the end. And so the next day she listened to the rest of the episode, and I did, and she's like, no, you made absolutely no sense. It was worse.
We're fighting. You're sleeping on the couch until you revise.
I don't
your
know
opinion.
what I'm supposed to think.
The Comrom Drum. Well, Julie, feel free to come on the show if you'd like. We'll have you on as a guest.
Settle the score.
And we can squash this
put
live on
the
air.
gloves on.
Yeah, we might as well make money, if anything. Just monetize it. We make no money from the show.
Yeah.
Not
say
yet.
what?
Not yet. We might make royalties somewhere in the future. But yeah, this is episode 5 of the Annihilator herself. How are you guys feeling?
A good one.
Yeah, thanks. How are you guys feeling at the halfway point? I like to do kind of like a vibe check. Halfway through, is it getting bland for you? Is it just there's enough variance? Like, I feel like for me, since she doesn't have, we talked about this before, as thick of a shtick, like a flavor, she's not like, all right, I'm Anne Hathaway, guys. Like, I fucking put Texas barbecue sauce and she doesn't have a thing that's consistent throughout the movies. I'm not getting tired of the vibe, I think. And I think her movies are pretty wide, like really broad.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that.
If you had asked me last week, I would have. After Bride Wars, I might have ran out of the room screaming, but we got a good one this week.
I completely forgot that we watched Bride Wars.
So we watched, Devil Wears Prada, and then was it the last thing he won, which was an extreme. You can say what do you want about that movie?
Woo! U-turn.
Yeah, U-turn. Episode 3 was Princess Diaries. Fun. Episode 4, Bride Wars. Okay, so far, I think this one is a humongous left turn.
Colossal.
Yeah.
Fuck! Damn it! Okay,
Hey,
go ahead and take.
No,
Take another take.
Nope. Go ahead and disconnect. You're out of the Yeah, that's a third strike.
I'm fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. It was a colossal U-turn. That was a good joke, huh, guys?
He has the editing power, Ryan.
Yeah.
So
I'm just gonna edit that in.
We have to take that to our grave.
I'm gonna edit that in now, and people will know how funny I am. But before we kind of continue on, can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, you can ask me a question as long as it's not like 10 in a row for like a quiz segment.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So do you guys will you guys play with me? Do you guys want to play with me?
Ryan, we said he could ask us a question. We did not say that we have to answer. So,
play with me, guys.
What?
Please play with me.
What podcast stick would you like to talk about, Ryan? I was thinking
I made a game, guys.
Let's play with the baby. Okay, let's play with the baby.
Yay! So this is, it's probably stupid. We can just edit it out if it ends up being stupid and dumb. But I thought it'd be a fun thing for us to do. And, I don't know if you guys listen to the NPR Pop Culture Happy Hour podcast.
Absolutely not.
No.
It's a great pod. I'm not going to fucking plug them. They're NPR. They have enough. But they have on Pop Culture Happy Hour, they started doing this game called the Cameo game, where they look at. Are you guys familiar with the website Cameo, where you can pay a celebrity to give you a personalized message?
Oh, like Fiverr, but
exactly
because they were famous people and they were poor and had to pander to Fiverr, they needed to make their own website.
Exactly.
We're using the word famous pretty loosely, right?
Pretty loosely, but you can have people who are A-list celebrities. You can have, like, for example, if Ben Affleck was on there, you can have someone of that caliber, and he's like, "Hey, happy birthday! I'm Ben Affleck." Or you can have like your favorite character on Doctor Who or something. It's all the way down, or a famous local sports celebrity. So it's a pretty cool site. What the Pop Culture Happy Hour had done with their Cameo game is, it's kind of like The Price is Right, where they have people guess how much. Yes, down in front.
Do they have porn stars on Cameo?
I would be surprised if they didn't. I don't think they have
That's the whole.
Yeah.
That's like.
I don't think there's like. It's probably just like a regular shout. I don't think they film a porno and then they shout out Jace in mid video.
Yeah.
Hey, big ups to Jace.
Well, I would have given them the script, right? So
yeah,
depends on how much I'm paying.
Happy birthday! Please fund Lobstericane. Okay. Anyways, next one. So I wanted to play this with you because I searched through a lot of the old movies that we watched, including movies from this season, and picked out some stars that we have seen on the big screen.
Really?
And I want to see if you guys can guess based on like, I'm going to give you guys a number. Let's say, for example, I pick Anne Hathaway, who's not on Cameo. And I'll say like, Ryan, this is your turn. Anne Hathaway, $600 is the number I'm going to give you. Is it above or below $600? Does that kind of make sense? And you have a 50-50 chance of getting it right or wrong. And the numbers I'm picking are designed to be intentionally confusing. It's not based on anything. You have to kind of strategize what you guys
I watched
think.
Good Mythical Morning. Yeah.
Is this a stolen bit from Good Mythical Morning and NPR?
Is
I
it
think
Good
NPR
Mythical
probably
Morning
stole
also
from
do
Good
this?
Mythical Morning.
Okay, well, we're adding a GBGB skin to this because these are celebrities from movies that we specifically watched.
Good Mythical Morning did do a thing that Denali has been doing for 3 years, so we get one. We get one.
We get one?
Yeah.
That's right.
The Oreos thing?
Yeah, how long have they been doing Oreo reviews?
Oh, dude, they review so many Oreos and Kit Kats. They love Kit Kats.
Fucking A. I've been doing Oreo reviews since 2019.
Yeah.
Follow me on Instagram, Denali K.
Follow me on Instagram, Jace Barley.
Jace Barley. He has a lot of good lifting content. If you ever want to see Jace's tight ass squatting some heavy weights. So let's do a practice run. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna let you guys go one at a time. This is kind of a different format than we normally do. And I guess whoever has the most points wins. So as a ground rule, some of these actors, I had to dig a little bit. You guys are allowed to Google them. You just can't look at the Cameo price. You can Google them. You can look at them. You can even type in the name of the movie next to their name, just so you can kind of like visually see them and be like, okay.
So this is an honor thing. Like, are you listening to the clicks coming through my microphone to make sure that I'm not saying like Ryan Reynolds?
Listen,
Cameo.
We have always gone off the honor system. If you wish to cheat, you can, but just know your victory is empty and hollow and means fucking nothing, as opposed to our honorable victories that are legitimate through our show. And you're lying in front of all your fans, so...
I don't think any of that's going to
do as you please. Do as you please.
I love cheating to win. That's all life is, really. It's cheating to win.
Okay, Ryan, I'm going to have you go first. I'm going to have you do Heather Matarazzo, who is Anne Hathaway's best friend in the movie, okay? Think about the Dorothy best friend.
Not too long ago, so.
Okay, perfect. Your number for a personalized message from Heather Matarazzo is going to be $50. Is it above or below $50?
Do I get to know how long the message is?
No. I'm going to give you no hints.
Below.
Below $50. The correct answer is $100 for a personalized video. For a business, it's $1,400.
What? Who would want that?
Yeah.
Princess Diaries fans. She does. I believe she does quotes. I think she's like very cool about it. She's got a lot of great reviews.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
This is outside of this game, which Denali, thank you for thinking of this, putting it together, and bringing us podcast content. This is just the most simpy bullshit. If you paid for a cameo,
and like not really like as a joke for like someone else,
above $100 for somebody. Well, I mean, this actor has other work, right? That I am not keen to. So Ryan's favorite question: could this be somebody's favorite movie? Could this be somebody's favorite actor?
It could be. Let's say like these are also. Don't forget, people buy cameos as gifts. So let's say you're looking for a pick me up, and you bought me Keanu Reeves doing Point Break. For $100, I would be beyond psyched.
You think Keanu Reeves is only $100?
No, he's not a cameo. I fucking look for Keanu Reeves. I would pay big buckaroonies for him to give me a good old Point Break message. That's part of the economics of this thing too, because some celebrities, they just do like $10 at a time. They do a quick message. Hey Ryan, happy birthday, bye. But some you pay like big money and they'll do a long ass message, say all the fucking quotes. They do some pretty sick shit. Jace, are you ready for your question?
I'm ready for my question, and I just want to say they might read fanfic.
They would. So, like some celebs would go all out. It has to be.
Okay, I'm pulling myself back in.
Jace, your guy is Eric Von Detten. He was the blonde popular boy in Princess Diaries that she was trying to get with initially. And remember, you guys can Google, you can research if you like, if it would help you. Eric Von Detten, he's got 54 reviews.
Okay.
Your number is $200 above or below. How much is a cameo from Eric Von Detten? The popular handsome boy from Princess Diaries.
I'm going to have to go with lower.
That is correct. He has $50 for a personalized video from Eric Von Detten. And I believe he's listed as Princess Diaries. I think he does it in character, which is so
Oh my god,
tight.
that's amazing.
I think that's worth every fucking penny. All right, Jace has 1 point currently. The next one, Ryan, I'm gonna have you do. Okay, you can. You might need to look this up. Okay, listen, this is hard to fucking find people with goddamn cameos. All right, this is gonna be Tracy Toms. She was in Devil Wears Prada. Okay, I know this is a stretch. Tracy Toms was one of Anne Hathaway's friends. Okay, she was the one she gave the purse to in the bar.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, remember caught her smooching, Christian?
Can I look at her IMDb?
You may. I gave Jace a hint. So I
You
will
said
also
the number of reviews. I was about to object.
Okay.
If I didn't get
Okay.
that.
I'll give you another helpful hint then. Okay. As just not show any hint of favoritism. She was also in Rent. Okay. So keep that in mind.
I don't know what that is.
Rent is a very very popular musical.
Oh, she's in Looper.
So you got musical stands. She was in Looper.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a number. You a number. Above or below $35.
I think it's gonna be a below.
Below 35. Let's look at the survey. $50
What?
for a personalized message from Tracy Toms.
What does she do?
I'm thinking she was one of the leads in Rent, so I'm thinking she's probably the Rent heads, the musical stands.
She's
99
Dr.
reviews.
Diane Lewis in Station 19. People love that show.
Okay, Jace, we're at 1 point, Jace. You're doing a very good job. You have a very economic mind. The next one, okay, this is, you might need to look this up. Rebecca Mader. She was in Devil Wears Prada. She was one of Meryl Streep's personal assistants. She had red hair. She was in the scene. She was in the Cerulean Blue scene. She was presenting Meryl Streep with belts. And she was like, oh, which belt? And that's when Anne Hathaway was like, tee-hee, they're all the fucking same. And then Meryl Streep's like, what the fuck you just say? Cerulean Blue, blah, blah, blah.
Yo, she was in Warehouse 13. We should do a...
How are you? I don't even know.
Places and Numbers.
Yeah, how do you know all these Places and Numbers movies? Good movie?
It's just his brain's just a tune.
Warehouse 13 was a TV show on Sci-Fi, on the Sci-Fi Channel, where there's a...
I know what you're talking about.
I watch this shit every summer.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was in Warehouse 13. She was also in Once Upon a Time and Lost. Your number for Rebecca Mader, you have her in your head, above or below $100.
Above or below $100. I'm actually going to have to go with below on this one. I'm thinking a soft like 70.
Alrighty. It looks like a personalized message from Rebecca Mader is going to be $150.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
That must be one hell of a message. Let me just say that much.
Yeah. And also, a portion of all proceeds goes to the Hollywood Food Coalition. So that's pretty fucking cool. Maybe. Oh. And, she was Dr. Charlotte Lewis from Lost. Oh, I fucking remember. Yeah. Okay. Maybe she does some like Lost bits
stuff.
or something. Yeah. Or maybe she says Cerulean Blue. Maybe that might be a.
She's in 22 episodes of Lost.
Okay.
I think that's an inflated number because of the proceeds going to a worthy cause. Because
That's true. We should probably dock for that. Jace, you get a half a point.
Are you serious?
No.
she's from Cambridge.
She's in 67 episodes of Once Upon a Time. That probably is.
That show's got some serious fucking fans. Ryan, if you're ready, this one's a fairly big name. Okay, this is John C. McGinley from Point Break. He was the police commissioner. He was the boss. He was also in Scrubs as the mean doctor.
Oh, that guy! I love that guy.
Yes. So you got to think about what kind of messages this dude's gonna be laying down.
Oh, he's doing some personal. I think I've heard he's a good guy. So
all right.
I think he's laying down some big ones.
Your number is above or below $450.
What?
John C. McGinley.
I was saying big. I was saying seriously, it's like $200.
What kind of message are you gonna be giving?
Oh, he's giving him
doctor. Happy birthday, Ryan.
He's gonna call me a different name.
Yeah, happy birthday, Bobo.
No, that's from Scrubs. He calls JD. I think that's gonna
above
be
or below
$450. I'm going with it. I'm going with above.
Oh, you think it's above $450? Personalized message. Well, Ryan, you are correct. $475 for a personalized message.
Wow.
From your boy John C. McGinley.
Wow.
We're at 1-1. You guys tied it up. So I have another one here for Jace.
Yes.
And I'm trying to remember what he was in, but I'm just gonna say the actor because you might know him. Yep. Okay. This is Wayne Knight. Okay.
Oh, no way.
You may look up Wayne Knight. I'm sure you'll recognize him if you just took a look at him. He's in
was he
Jurassic
in?
Park.
Yeah,
he's in
he's
Seinfeld.
See,
in Space
nobody
Jam.
cares.
Yeah, it's perfect.
No,
That's
nobody cares. What? Doesn't he have kind of a squeaky kind of like
Did
a?
he have a squeaky voice? Did he have
Yeah,
a...
well, so he's kind of gets squeaky when he gets like scared.
Nobody cares.
Nobody-
Is it Italian?
No, I think
Was
we should
it-
probably not.
It's a little Italian. It's kind
Probably
of
not.
it's kind of a little low and kind of also groany. I think. See, nope, no.
See, nobody cares. I haven't watched Jurassic Park in like 15 years.
I thought he was gravelly, if anything.
Nobody cares. This is bad. This is a
Let's
bad
not do that.
podcast.
Let's not do this.
Wayne Knight, Jace. All right, your number here, okay?
Uh-huh.
Above or below $300, okay?
People love Wayne Knight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the 450
Newman
and
especially.
not. I think the hard part is not knowing anybody that I think would buy one of these. I'm not gonna waste $300. I'm gonna go above. I'm gonna go in
You gonna go above?
above.
You shooting up? His price is $330, Jace. You got this.
Oh,
2-1. Wayne Knight. That sounded closer. Muffin Bottoms.
No, okay, I gotta listen to it. Give me a second. I gotta listen to
Yeah,
it.
just listen to it and then
Newman. He's from
give us your
Newman on
best.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, give us your best one once you get it.
Yeah, okay. It's a little bit lower, and then it kind of fades to that. It pitches up, is what it sounds like.
Can you just give us your best one, your best take?
I either play a dumb schlep or a nasty weasel.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good, Jace.
That is a quote from his Late Night with Conan O'Brien. He literally just said that in the video. Yeah, sometimes. Whatever.
So Wayne Knight biopic. Cast Jace, please. Okay, Ryan. We're 2-1. Let's see if you can catch us up. Your guy is a certain dude named Gary Busey. He was in Point
man.
Break. All right.
Okay,
He
there's
was
two
Keanu's
ways to
partner.
interpret this.
I
This
know.
is probably the most famous person we've had yet.
yeah.
But also, Gary has hit rock bottom a couple times. And
Whoa.
popped back up a couple times. He had a very bad brain injury from a motorcycle accident.
Oh.
And yeah, lost his mind like when he was at the height of his stardom. And so like I think he's had some problems over the years, I think. It's the best way to say it. But like
He was in Sharknado 4, which means we can get him for Lobster Hurricane.
God, this guy fucking rules.
So this is
I
a
fucking love this dude.
potential
Yeah.
future coworker here.
That's right. If you would, Gary, if you're listening, we'd love to have you on. I'm just gonna read you his description a little bit here. I love, all caps, doing shout outs for you. Please book on the Cameo website. I don't do requests, booked on the app. Send your ideas and I'll improvise a great message for your loved one's heart emoji. Business brands only mentioned at business rate. He does have a business rate, which I will let you guess for.
So did the first person.
They all did.
But okay.
Ryan, a cameo from Gary Busey. Okay.
Wait, what number did you say?
You didn't say number.
I'm thinking of a number. Okay.
was-
I'm
this
thinking of a
isn't
number.
planned
was
out.
Ryan pointing down? Were you?
I was saying it's low. It's gonna be low.
Cameo from Gary Busey, above or below $800.
Below. Are you
Is this-
below? I mean, he said he's improving. I think it's below. There's no way this guy's popping out $800 for a little message.
Well, Ryan, the correct answer is $395. So you are correct.
Okay. That's still
Was it higher than
10
was it higher
times
than you
higher than I
expected?
thought it was going
Yeah,
to be.
it is higher. And he also does a live meetup.
Wait.
Like,
Or do we
Jace,
get to...
actually, he has two more. I'll let you both do this. Jace, for the live meetup, a video, like a Zoom chat with him. I want you to go above or below $600.
Does it have a time limit? Can I ask that question?
It doesn't say.
Doesn't say. A live meetup. You said it was... I'm going to go above. I think it's... No. Yeah. I think it's going to be twice the amount of him doing a personal recording.
All right. You're gonna say above. That is gonna be $11.85 is the live meetup for Gary Busey. If you guys want to pull in some money and just get him on the show,
It's
anyway.
not even live. It's like it's virtual.
It's
Virtual.
virtual.
Live.
It's live virtual. Yeah.
Live
So-
temporally, not spatially.
Yes.
I can't spit on him.
And you can't.
I
spit
wouldn't
on
do
him.
that. That's assault.
Yeah, but you
I
can't.
would
You
spit
still
on
can't
anybody.
though. You can't either way.
Does
He's
he have a
just saying
spit on
fact.
me rate?
He does
That's
have a
a
spit on me
website.
rate. He does have. So you guys are what 3-2 at this point. Ryan, I'm gonna let you have a chance for a bonus point though. Gary Busey's business rate to give you a shout out for your company, customers, or employees, any type of that stuff. I want you to guess above or below $2,000.
I think that's probably about the live cost. So it's probably about 1,000, maybe. I think people like these big round numbers, so I'm gonna say below.
Below 2,000.
I would have gone up. I think it's gonna be like 3,500.
Yeah, book a cameo for business with Gary Busey to shout out your business. $5,000. 5,000 big ones.
The first question that he asked, where Denali told us the business for the best friend, was like 10x the base price. So
look at this guy doing some logic.
All right, we're on to the bonus round, okay, and we're almost done. Chase, I'm gonna have you guess this one. This guy wasn't on any movie we watched, but it's Chris Hansen from Dateline. Okay, he does cameos.
What?
This dude fucking does cameos.
I honestly thought he was like a government official.
No, he's just a TV star. I don't know what he says in his cameos, but he's got over 3,500 reviews. Okay?
Whoa.
I don't know what the fuck he says.
I don't know why, that you think that would be a good gift for somebody. Imagine that, I got a message from...
I'm here to catch a predator.
He's like, take a seat. Come on, take a seat. What are you doing? All of his reviews are extremely high. They're like 10 out of 10. Mr. Hansen got plenty of laughs. Highly detailed message. Super hilarious. Highly recommend.
Guys, it's probably the same message.
This is my best friend's house. He invited me over.
Hello, Ryan. So
yeah,
Jace,
like the same script, essentially.
I want you to guess a cameo with Chris Hansen of Dateline above or below $200.
Did you know he's the same age as the guy from Scrubs? 62.
No shit.
Yeah.
John McGinley?
So
factor that in as well. It's harder for older people to use computers, so it's like, he's probably going to factor
yeah,
that
if
into
you're
the
the same age as John McGinley, cameo makes you charge more.
I think Chris Hansen could be more well-known than McGinley.
We all know him.
But, it's like he's more well-known, but I don't know, I literally only, To Catch a Predator I don't even, what is Dateline NBC?
I don't think he's in anything else, is he?
Shit, though. I'm going to say below on this one.
All right. A cameo with Chris Hansen is $75. Jace, you were right.
Wow.
We're at 4-2.
That's a deal, yeah.
That's a fucking sweet deal, dude. So, now, now I can see what people buy it. Maybe it's for the novelty. It is a little weak. It's kind of fucked up, but
it's kind of morbid.
It is, right? It is, but a lot of people said he's a pretty funny dude. Ryan, I'm going to give you a chance. To tie it up, all right?
He's back 2 points.
This is 2 points. This is a 2-point question. You can tie it up, and I'll have one more. Okay, Ryan, I'm gonna give you a one-shot chance. This is for Marcos Jeeves, Keanu Reeves impersonator. Okay, this dude dresses just like John Wick, and he does a pretty dang good Keanu Reeves impression. He looks kind of like Keanu Reeves' second cousin. Very 25% there. He's pretty popular. For Marcos Jeeves, Keanu Reeves impersonator, I want you to think above or below $200.
Well, it's not an actual celebrity,
It's not. But impersonators are common here. There's an Obama impersonator who
has,
rakes it in.
Bits ready to go, right? Because that's his whole thing. He's come up with the shtick. It's not a person who's
Right.
I think if he's making a livelihood, probably above.
Above 200. Ryan, you're correct. $999.
What?
For Marcus Jeeves.
That's insane.
He will give you a personalized message. He's got high reviews.
That's not what I was expecting you to say, $201 or something.
Yeah, that's pretty high. Apparently, he's pretty good. Okay, guys, we got one more. This is a tiebreaker. I'm gonna do a buzz in here. Okay.
Okay.
For this last one, for the tiebreaker, this one is for an Agent Smith impersonator. Okay. He is from The Matrix and is a computer program. He will give you an impersonator, not the real Agent Smith. He does have the same sunglasses and getup. He has 159 reviews. I want you to guess above or below $100 for a personalized Agent Smith message. Hello.
I want above.
Hello. Happy birthday. Ryan's above. Jace?
You gave a lot of information for the John Wick one. I'm going to go below.
The correct answer is $35. Below. Jace, you are the winner.
Sudden death, mate. That's a respectable win. I think that's a respectable win. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Handshakes to both of you guys. That was a clean match. You put on a great show for the audience, all right? And I won't lie, guys, I had a lot of money on Jace. I was kind of in the hole. I was kind of like really nervous. So Jace, I'm like so glad you won.
Do you want me to do a cameo for you?
Yeah, please.
To make some of the money back.
Give it Bert.
Who's it for?
It's for me. And let's do birthday. Let's do birthday. Okay, I got birthday coming up.
Happy birthday, Mr. K girl.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Jace, I'm glad you saw that I asked for a Marilyn Monroe request, so thank you for that. And folks, if you want a cameo from Jace, what's your rate?
Oh, like if somebody actually asked for it free.
Yeah, you do a free cameo. You can't do fucking free cameos, dude.
I'll do.
Yourself on the site.
I will do $0 cameos if you leave this in the episode and somebody asks for it.
Yeah, Jace will do cameos. I'll do $1 cameos. No, I'll do -1. I'll
I've
undercut
been
you.
begging
I'll
for
pay you.
fanfic for
I will actually. If
seasons now.
someone wants to take the time
Yeah.
to write like a script, remember, we said we would read any fanfic.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
Almost
take
any.
the time out of your day, we will.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best we could do. We'll read it.
So I think the three of us, just as supplementary income, we can start cameos. Just do shout outs, do personalized
but
messages.
there's like 3 people who want that kind of stuff, and
I mean, that's I would
there's
like
like the
cameos
one
from both
dude
you
from
guys.
Ireland.
But congratulations, Jace. You're the cameo champion. You are the king of guessing prices. Maybe it's time for you to take that onto the big screen with the Price is Right for cameos.
My cousin was on The Price is Right.
Wait, no shit?
Yeah, she was.
Haven't met your cousin?
Emily from Pennsylvania, Baltimore?
I don't think so. Yeah,
Maybe.
Did she win? How'd she do?
I don't think she won.
Okay. I remember in Alaska, we had our librarian who went on Wheel of Fortune. I remember that was like a big deal for our town. Yeah, she couldn't say how much she won because it was like a spoiler, and they like had her sign an NDA for like 6 months.
Didn't we have somebody in our up in Alaska who was like a Jeopardy buff?
Ryan, don't you watch Jeopardy?
Yeah, but I
one of the the librarian at our school.
I think it was a
went
colony
on.
librarian. Yeah.
Oh, was that Jeopardy then?
Yeah.
Pardon me. They're all the same to me. It's just what I watch at my grandparents' house.
I want to do it sometime. I just gotta.
Ryan, you can literally send in the tapes from you on our game shows on this podcast.
I watch it. I do pretty good. I get usually about 66 to 75% of them, but I don't have the buzzer right. Buzzer skill is most of them. But I know usually I get about 2/3 to 3/4 of them.
Well, the biggest thing is they want characters, right? I mean, they want people who are smart, but someone who's also going to attract the viewers. Like, do you have a character that you'll go on with? Like, what's your
so this is actually kind of funny. I think about this a lot. I'm gonna do just a complete and utter dumbass. I don't know where the buzzer is. I don't know where my microphone is.
Nice.
Every question, I'm just like, if I don't know, if I buzz in on by accident, I'm gonna click on every single question.
And here we have Ryan, a lawyer from New York.
And I'm facing the wrong direction.
What?
Which camera? Who said that?
As a lawyer.
This guy.
I'm camera shy.
Oh fuck, that guy's representing me.
And then I want to buzz in on every single question, and then just if I don't know the answer, just say New Hampshire, or say something that obviously is not even right, and say it so confident.
A jumbo jar of pickles. But guys, I actually did pay for a cameo on our show. So I'm just gonna connect him real quick here. He might end up taking my video here.
Whoa, it's live?
Let's see here. Yeah, it's live. Oh, hey guys. Hey, can you guys hear me? What's up? It's me.
Who is this?
It's me, KR. It's
KR.
Keanu Reeves.
Hey, I was just talking to
Hey guys.
I was just talking to Ryan about one, appreciate having you on the show. Two, I really think you phoned in your performance on the newest Bill and Ted, and I'm kind of disappointed. So
okay, that hurts a little bit, but that's fine. I keep rolling through it.
I told you I appreciated you being here. I hit you with a good and a bad, So.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Kind of a hostile energy right off the gate. But just wanted to visit you guys during your Keanu season. I know you guys do a Keanu podcast.
Oh, you're late
for
really
that. Excited.
Well, actually, it's not. It's not a Keanu podcast. It's Anne Hathaway actually right now.
Anne Hathaway. That's a very different actor from me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fresh air.
We don't take a lot of the same roles, but that's cool. That's cool. Is she in a movie with me or anything? Or what?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Her movies are pretty good.
Is she in a movie with you? You don't know who Anne Hathaway is? She might.
I make a lot of them. I don't even know, man. It's a lot of stuff. She seems great.
Do you?
Yeah.
One question.
Yeah.
And again,
Course,
really
any
respect
question.
the trade. Do you think that your movie, involving samurais, what's the name of that movie? I can only think of The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise.
Ronin?
47 Ronin. Do you think 47 Ronin should have been in Japanese?
I mean, I can't speak Japanese like super good, but I guess that would be cool. I mean, I don't know. People always say they like The Last Samurai better because they kept a lot of the legit Japanese in there.
Well, Tom Cruise.
And people, Tom Cruise is so
Hey,
fucking
you're
cool.
taller than him though, so
I'm taller. I'm more handsome. I mean, let's fucking.
your teeth are centered.
I mean, let me just say this as Keanu Reeves. Fuck Tom Cruise. Fuck that guy. Okay.
Wow, you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. Fuck Tom Cruise. All right. His stupid fucking Last Samurai movie, and I don't even like the Mission Impossibles. I think
What? Really? What don't you like about him? I understand not like number 2.
Yeah. It's just too. It's like, look how fucking actiony this is. Like, have you ever seen The Matrix?
Yeah, I live.
Oh, weird. Sorry, I realized I'm in that movie. It's so weird.
Have you thought about maybe getting Tom Cruise in the next John Wick?
Yeah, I don't think he'll fit. It's kind of large shoes to fill.
The frames
in
are
a lot of places.
very large, he's kind of compact.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would like it just to invite him on, on stage, like with me on the camera, and then just pull his pants down and be like, haha, take that, Tom Cruise,
How
you
much did
idiot.
he pay for this cameo?
This is
Yeah, no, he gave me the full time. So, like, what movie did we watch, guys? Like, I'll just kind of keep it rolling. What's the movie?
I think for synergy, KR, as much as I'd love to have you here, we're gonna have to bring Denali back.
What? You guys don't want to fucking review the movie?
No, we gotta go. We just have we need to.
I'm kind
get
of
on.
busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I
that's
loved
cool.
meeting you.
And you didn't watch the movie, and we have spoilers.
I've seen the movie. What's the movie? I've probably seen it. Which is it? One of the Devil Wears Prada? I fucking love that movie.
No.
This week
one
we're
of the big ones.
reviewing Colossal
What the fuck is Colossal? Why would you watch that?
because it's
Okay.
pretty good movie.
It's actually pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it sounds stupid.
Better
All right.
than the new Bill
Okay,
and
guys.
Ted.
You know what? I could read the room. Okay, I can read the fucking room. All right.
Apparently not.
So what'd you guys think of the new Matrix? Just before I go.
Oh, I liked it.
Yeah,
I
it was
think-
okay.
I
Yeah,
think
it was pretty
you
good.
told me I liked it.
Okay. I just needed that boost. Just been kind of feeling weird about the Matrix. I listened to your guys' episode and it just kind of seemed like a weird,
Well, then why'd you ask?
weird vibes. I just want to hear it from you guys. See
We
if you
said
guys
it was
are
okay.
liars.
Kind of a poor man's Sahara.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
All right. Anyways, I'm gonna go eat shit, Tom Cruise, and I'll see you guys later. Oh, hey guys, sorry, I was in the bathroom. Did Did Keanu already come through?
He just
came?
left, man.
And he rolled in and he rolled out.
Okay, I don't want to tell you guys how much I spent on that, but I'm kind of like a little bummed that I didn't hear any of it. What did he shout at the show? Did he plug? Did he plug
He
the
didn't
show?
have much time in between Ryan and I. Just
Did he do like a GBGBs? Like you're listening to the GBGBs, so we can kind of tag that in the beginning. I kind of asked that he would do that.
You asked him to do that?
Yeah. Did you guys
He did not
distract
do
him
that.
with something?
So you should probably get a refund.
Yeah.
Did you guys like upset him in any way?
I told him you hated him.
Oh my fucking god! Yeah. Did you guys?
He actually
did you guys,
seemed okay with that, though.
Did you guys bring up 47 Ronin? And you guys didn't bring out Last Samurai, right? Like
We did.
He fucking
I think
he
did.
gets a little like really hostile. Like
think
I was
he
on the
did.
phone with him to prep him for the show, and he actually like got really in my face about Last Samurai.
Yeah,
We
that
talked about Tom Cruise a lot too.
Yeah, it was like mostly Tom Cruise banter, which is kind of weird for this.
Yeah, that's gonna be a weird. I'll
kind
probably
of in a
edit
weird,
it.
especially in an Anne Hathaway season. It's kind of
Yeah, it is a little weird.
He hasn't seen
I'm gonna
Colossal.
probably.
So
I don't know why. I asked him to see the movie. He was gonna do the whole review. So I'll
Thank
I'll
God, he
email
didn't
him.
even sound
I'll
like
email
Keanu
him.
Reeves.
He didn't. I don't see. That's the other thing too, right? Like a lot of his reviews say he doesn't sound the same in the movie.
Huh.
Maybe he's relaxing, you know. Anyways, let's just get to the review, guys. I'm
I
sorry
wanna
to just to
cut in
you know.
here again.
Yeah.
This is not a Keanu Reeves episode. I was not happy with the newest Bill and Ted.
Did you? Now that he's gone, this is a safe space to criticize Keanu.
Watched on the plane. I'm gonna give it like a 4.
Okay. In the hierarchy, is that the bottom of the Bill and Ted's?
Of the Bill and Ted's? Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what we should. Let's give Anne Hathaway
Why was
her due
Kid
time.
Cudi in it?
Let's. Kid Cudi was in it.
Yeah.
He's in like a lot of random shit. Okay. Let's.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get into Colossal, guys. The fans are itching for it. They watched the gosh darn movie. They sat there through the pause. Jace, you got the pick and synopsis.
Yeah.
You want to give us the down low?
Yeah. So I picked Colossal because it had a terrible. If it would be a flop.
Yeah.
Monetarily, it did not make much money at all.
I noticed that. I looked that up. I saw that it was listed as like a low budget movie.
Yes.
But it's still lost like every dollar I've spent.
And I would not judge this movie based on that. Sometimes that can be a big because it is low budget and it did underperform. But anyway, so Colossal, starring Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis as I would say the main two. Anne Hathaway, and no easy way to say this, is Anne.
Is Anne Hathaway?
I don't know if that's a kosher way to say it. She's an abuser. She's she's addicted to alcohol, and
she's an alcoholic. Yeah,
she's an alcoholic.
I think the implication was that she was other things as well.
Yeah,
not just alcohol.
I could see that. We don't see that much of that in the movie, so it would only be the implication. But she is very much an abuser of alcohol, and she has a group of friends who kind of prop that up and are not really interested in being her friend, more so the partying. But that's like the very short amount of the movie. So Anne Hathaway moves home after some troubles with her significant other regarding her alcoholism, and meets up with Jason Sudeikis' character, who runs a bar. He's very warming, very welcoming. She begins to hang out with him and his kind of group of kind of misfit, also addict friends in their own way. And what we find out is that due to an event in the past, Anne Hathaway becomes...
How are you going to say this?
Controls a large monster that precipitates in Seoul in South Korea. And whenever she is at the same time every day when she is in the sandbox, maybe even out of it, this creature appears and it mimics what she does. And really what it kind of comes down to is Jason Sudeikis goes from being a really good character to being an abuser, to being somebody who we know from her childhood struggles with control and with Anne's image of being better than him. And he turns into a robot when he's in the sandbox.
Yeah, he's the same ability.
It's a sandbox and a playground,
and
as well. It's like
in a children's playground, and we've got some implication here because he's a controller, he's an abuser, he's attempting to keep those around him kind of under him, and he threatens her if she's going to leave that he's going to go into the sandbox and he's going to just destroy Seoul. He's going to, every single day, he said he's going to go back and he's going to kill a bunch of people. And that's okay to him.
He sucks shit.
He sucks shit. And the movie is kind of about Anne Hathaway, one, overcoming her addiction, but two, tossing Jason Sudeikis 40 miles.
Jesus Christ, dude, that was a yeet for the record books.
That's the best death in this entire movie series.
The first thing, literally, as it was happening before my eyes, I was like, Jace is gonna love this.
I thought she was gonna like squeeze him or pop his head off.
Yeah, pop his eyes out or something.
But fucking throws him like Team Rocket and becomes a star.
Yeah.
The thing that I love about that scene is there is an implication for the viewer that in this situation, based on him begging for his life, you might let him go. But then he calls her a bitch. And the thing about it is she cannot hear him because she is in Seoul. So she had made the decision to throw him without hearing what he said. So she picks him up. It's like,
which was still a valid decision. I would have still fucking thrown his
And she
ass.
kind of just like tossed him, and he went like over the mountains.
Yeah.
Imagine if she like did the double hop baseball, from the outfield throw.
Oh, like break the sound barrier.
He becomes
a heat
interstellar.
a heat pile. Yeah. Just blows him out of the atmosphere. Yeah, like this. I think this to get to Anne. Like I think this was a really interesting role for her. I think this was kind of along the same lines of The Last Thing He Wanted, but I think in a done way better.
Yeah, I
feel
know.
like her
I totally
character was
agree
more
with that. It's like
interesting.
it's a very different movie. Obviously, they're not.
Yeah,
One's not a political thriller, but yeah, it's the same idea where her character's not perfect. She has flaws, and like
she's a mess. Yeah.
Yeah, Princess Diaries. It's almost like the frame is everybody else has flaws. This woman is perfect, and Devil Wears Prada is more like it's okay to have flaws because these other people are insane. And this movie is just like, you know what? This person's kind of not that great of a person.
Really? Yeah.
And she was frustrating to watch sometimes. And it was sad. Like you would see literally in real time how she'd fuck up her life or make weird decisions. And you're just like, shit. But it was kind of refreshing to see her take a role like that. But also, like, I think that goes along with Jason Sudeikis' character because he kind of wants.
Dude, he did so good. Like,
with some
there's a lot of things I didn't like about this movie, but like, and sometimes the decisions the characters made, but like, man, I bought that he was like a real person. I was like, is Jason Sudeikis actually an asshole?
Yeah. And so his whole
did
thing,
so good. I thought maybe they meant the character to be normal, like a nice person. And Jason, whenever he didn't think the camera was rolling, that's like how he actually acted. And they just decided to keep that footage.
Yeah, his whole thing is that he wants Anne to be in this certain box, right? He wants her to be like the girl from out of town who they're gonna fall in love. And once she starts kind of acting outside of the bounds, that's when you see his whole character kind of unravel. Even earlier, when she reveals all that, the giant robot, giant creature shit, he's not interested in that pretty much at all. He's more interested in their relationship. Let's get back to the things I'm buying you, or let's get back to you being here. And I feel like it was hinted at really early that he was kind of an insecure dick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what Julie said. She said she picked up on that, or like maybe she thought it was foreshadowing at the end that he maybe would try to sabotage this situation, but like I didn't pick up on that at all. So the couple twists were really good, especially like the first time when what was it? The first time he realized he was a bad guy.
My first one with him was when he snaps at his friend for trying to kiss Anne Hathaway. Because he goes, hey, what the fuck? And he
do
says
I have
this line
to
where he's
beat
like,
your ass again?
Yeah, it's like, do I have to kick your ass again? And I'm like, oh, this guy is like a weird, insecure, like trying to do like a hyper masculine thing. And he's like, first date back here, you're trying to fuck it up? And I was like, that's a weird choice for a good character.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I totally forgot about that scene because, man, I think we're going to talk about this. That Joel character.
Yeah.
Man.
That's
a good
Which one's
line.
the Joel character? The guy that did the...
The guy that's basically
they had the scene with,
That's the only good guy in this whole town, right? Besides the fact that he's enabling.
But he never intervened.
Yeah, he enables.
Yeah,
he did. He was on Jason Sudeikis' side through the whole time. And there's gonna be some people who are like, I'm never gonna watch this movie. I want to just listen to this episode anyways. So basically, what happens is like Anne Hathaway's character decides she's not romantically involved with Jason Sudeikis' character and ends up sleeping with one of his friends. And when he finds that out, when Jason Sudeikis' character finds that out, he goes full villain. Like, that's sort of when we
full
find
insult,
out that
like...
Jason Sudeikis is purposefully turning into the robot and terrorizing Soul for fun.
Yeah.
And then when Anne intervenes and tries to get him to stop, that's when the whole rest of the movie starts to happen. And, like, it's about the two characters making sure that, well, Jason wants to go in the sandbox and destroy the city. And Anne's trying to keep him out of the sandbox.
He doesn't. I think, as a note, he doesn't really give a shit about being in the sandbox.
Yeah,
he cares about controlling her, and he's using it as leverage.
That's the context. Yeah, exactly.
And he doesn't really care who gets hurt. Because, he's just saying, like, even after they have a humongous falling out, he does a lot of unforgivable things. And he's like, you're going to stay here or I'm going to keep going back to Seoul and just smashing shit.
Yeah, when she threatens to leave.
Yeah, and that's, like, a pretty sickening and upsetting, like, abusive behavior. And I think that was really well done in this movie. he's a manifestation of like toxic behavior patterns, toxic masculinity, and
abusive relationships, especially too. You know, where like no matter what I do, you're gonna stay situation. And like I really noticed it that one time where he apologized and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'm sorry that I got so mad that I hurt you."
Yeah.
And like that is something I think that happens a lot in abusive relationships, where the abuser makes sure the next day that everything's fine and doesn't take any steps to prevent that from happening in the future, but wants to make sure that the person they abuse is not going to leave them.
Yeah. Seeing that scene was pretty upsetting too. And even just the apology scene where you just know that shit is not going to stay the same even after the big apology, even after he cries and you see how sad his life is. Sorry, what were you going to say, Jace?
Well, I mean, to your point there, I thought it was like they did really good with the set work, like specifically for that scene, because you have to take so much context from what the characters aren't saying or the short jibes. Like he had a wife
the body language and everything.
He had a kid before and he had a wife before, and it's very obvious that he was likely the one that fucked that up. And then his house is an absolute mess. He's definitely almost gaslighted her a few times. Like we don't get the entirety of the information because she is getting blackout drunk. Like there are a few times where you're given.
That's a good point. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, at the beginning of the movie, he's like, "We talked about this TV yesterday," but it's whether or not he's a reliable or unreliable narrator, because we don't know what
that's
like
a really
Anne's
good
situation
point,
is.
I didn't see it like that.
Yeah.
So like,
I
think essentially what you're saying, right, is like she blacks out almost every single night, and he's getting her drunk. Like he owns the bar that they're hanging out at after closing hours, and so like there are conversations that we don't see and that Anne's character doesn't remember,
and he is supplying the information for them.
Right. So even if that conversation did happen, which it might not have, I guess the implication would be that he's leading those conversations so that in some way she can rely on him.
Right.
And, oh, well, I have this TV and this furniture because of this guy, so if I just left, that would kind of be a dick move.
Yeah.
And
it's really sinister.
Work for the bar.
He's real sinister is a good word to like describe the character.
Yeah, really good villain. I think it's going to be hard for me to unsee him from this role,
right?
too. I haven't seen Ted Lasso, so I'm like, shit, am I even going to enjoy this after he played that so well?
Ted Lasso might erase it. It's the complete 180. Thinking about the fact that he could play Ted Lasso after playing this character is like...
Yeah. Okay, so, really, I think every actor played really well in their roles, too. Like, Tim Blake Nelson as Garth.
Tim Blake Nelson is amazing.
He's so good.
Yeah, he's amazing at everything he does.
His arc was kind of sad. It felt like a dropped strand where Jason Sudeikis' character airs out his cocaine addiction.
Yeah. And
he just says, fuck you, and then leaves, and has a really awkward scene where they're all drunk and they're all just fighting, and more that Jason Sudeikis' character is just abusing all these people in this room. That scene was like really difficult to watch. I was squirming in my seat.
Yeah.
But the two friends, Joel and Garth, I feel like they also played that role of just like the meek friends who kind of enable their shitty friend to do these things. But they played it in just different ways.
That was what I was going to say earlier, in that the highlight for every character in this movie to me is that they're not perfect people, and that like the one person that you could see as redeemable in that friend group is still an enabler. And like even thinking back to Anne Hathaway's boyfriend, who is dealing with a pretty difficult situation, but like handling it like the worst way you could ever. He's an asshole. He freaks out. He kicks her out. He won't talk to her on the phone.
And every single time they talk, he's like, "Are you using? You're using, aren't you?
Yeah.
God, I told you. You need to stop that. Your life's gonna suck."
Just talking down to her.
And then you find out like and it's like, for this movie, everybody in this movie is like a colossal asshole. Like,
ding ding,
woo, he used it.
And here's what's wild about this movie. We're talking a lot about deep subjects, but we're not. I'm sure there's people who haven't seen this movie and are like, what about the fucking giant robot and the shit? Like, why are you guys talking about the side stuff?
Yeah.
I think that's where this movie kind of messes up in a way, right? Where I almost want to see like a longer version of this movie where there's more about the monsters. Like that's kind of almost as a kaiju movie, because like if it was everything it is now plus maybe 5-10 minutes of kaiju stuff, then it might be pretty cool. Like, it might be like way better. I think that's my big takeaway from this movie, is that it really did the interpersonal conflict well, but there are a lot of tonal problems that it has. There could have been a psychological thriller version of this, right? Where maybe like Cape Fear, or like what's that movie with Michelle Pfeiffer and Harrison Ford?
Air Force One.
And it could have been like an awesome psychological thriller, but they would interstitch these like comical scenes in the middle of dramatic scenes, and the music was off a little bit, right? Like there wasn't like a high tension music. It was more just, if there was any music at all, sometimes there wasn't any at all. And I didn't quite know what they were going for. Like, if they jumped into the psychological thriller, I would have been like, this movie's amazing. If they jumped all the way into comedy, I would have said, oh man, this movie's amazing. But instead, they tried to do both, and yet therefore did neither.
Yeah, that was my biggest complaint with this movie, was the tonal inconsistencies. I think it was partially intentional. I think they wanted to make a movie that kind of dives deep, builds up tension, and almost when it gets too much, they relieve it with a gag. That's pretty funny. And they have some really funny scenes in this movie. And I think it turned a lot of people off. There's a lot of indie movies that do this shit all the time, where they make a tonal mess and it's like, yeah, exactly, because that's how life is sometimes. And some people really, really connect to that aspect. But some people really don't. Maybe there's merits to making a movie like that where it's different. Maybe it's not all one note. It touches a lot of subjects. But yeah, right, like it didn't connect with me in that same way. I was getting whiplash a lot after these tough scenes. What I also wanted to explore more, too, was the origins of the kaiju stuff, which they also don't really get into that much. They explain that she gets struck by lightning when she was like 8 years old or something. And so does Jason Sudeikis' character. And then she's holding a diorama of souls, so that's the connection to Korea.
He's stomping on it like a kaiju.
They both had dioramas with action figures, with models.
And his was a robot and hers was a monster,
So that's lightning logic. So if you're holding a diorama with something and have something in your backpack...
Well, excuse me, they covered that by saying that Stephen Hawking was...
Stephen Hawking said if you have an action figure in your backpack, you will become a giant version of that in Seoul.
We need to rethink physics altogether.
Could you imagine? So, like, throughout a lot of this movie, I was saying she could technically go to the cops, but then movie logic. Let's not go into the logic of abuse and the cycles of that. But movie logic, what if they found out, that they, meaning the government, found out that if you get struck by lightning while stomping on the diorama of a city and holding an action figure, you turn into that monster.
We did this with Clifford.
Start destroying. They would put people in cells.
They would.
Shock them while like making them stomp their enemies' cities and holding a giant a soldier toy.
U.S. and Russia would have like 1,500 each of lightning.
It would be
lightning
MAD.
people.
It would be MAD, mutually assured destruction. Just by, I don't know if do you guys think that'd be better or worse than by nuclear weapons?
Oh, Jesus. I hate this,
but
it's...
might age poorly.
It would be better, I think, because you can use your giant monsters to fight their giant monsters. Because you could have defense
You could have
ones.
a diorama of your own city.
Yeah, defense monsters. So you just have thousands and thousands and thousands of giant kaijus fighting each other. Be pretty sick.
That actually would,
dude. If you cut off the kaiju head, the person dies.
Oh, they die. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because there's feedback.
Yeah, there's a little bit of feedback. So like you could also turn this into like fighting championships where you have like a diorama of a field in like Nebraska.
Yes. Oh.
And then you do it with that, and then you get boxing matches between the monsters.
You could do that. I mean, even you might even not have to open up a new portal, because there's already one that exists between fucking Albany, New York, and Seoul, Korea. I mean, you can almost have like a quantum entanglement thing maybe between those two cities. I don't know. It's in upstate New York somewhere, some kind of small piece of shit town.
Excuse me.
Like maybe there's there's like an entanglement between the two. Maybe there's like a technology they can develop. The government could already take advantage of that. Some kind of communication system, some kind of infinite energy bullshit. I mean, but maybe that's not exciting and is good of a movie.
So rich people watch who? What's the breakdown here? Because if
Yes.
you probably want two people fighting each other in the sandbox so that you get to watch the monsters fight.
You got to make sure you have the right thing in your backpack, because if it's like a stapler and you just show up as a giant stapler, that's like not super exciting.
Yeah, what if they didn't have the action figures? Would they show up as something else?
Half a ham sandwich.
It's got bite marks.
A Magnum condom.
It's
Never used. A DVD copy of Time Cop 2 versus a half-eaten sandwich. They're punching each other.
How'd they get arms?
Would that be even more alarming than a literal giant lizard monster?
Yes, it would be.
A ham sandwich that just falls over on a city? Jesus Christ.
And the fact that it disappears
starve.
at like
would.
9 o'clock, like, so what if, people eat it and then it
So that's one thing too.
snaps out of their, existence.
So
Yeah.
they did do a good job of explaining the mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And therefore, there was a lot of inconsistencies with like when the monsters appeared, because there's people that are sitting around in bars drinking beer at 8:05 in the morning. So I think the 8:05 in the morning was emphasized like on pickups or in editing rather than like in the original script.
Yes, I agree, Ryan. Because it wasn't consistent. They're like 8:05 a.m. in Korea or New York time.
Right.
And it seemed not to be consistent at all.
There would be alarms would go off when they weren't at the playground, which, I watched it last week and then I rewatched it today. Yeah. It seemed like they only appear when she's in the playground.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is it like and don't you think they would maybe evacuate the area?
I think they would evacuate the entire city, not just like
it shows up the same
3 square blocks every other day.
Yeah. Because there's like guys in like hot dog carts and stuff like underneath the thing. They're like, oh shit, oh fuck.
This is
I didn't know this was
the
gonna
8th time
happen.
this has happened, guys.
Like millions of people are running, and I'm like, you guys think that maybe you would have just roped it off?
Yeah,
Get
I
your
think that's
colossal
why-
dogs!
I think it
Colossal
was
dogs
like-
here!
It was probably a shift in late production or something like that.
Yeah, and Ryan, I actually wrote down that note, and we were talking about tone before, because I think this movie either cut out too much or left too much in, because I think there's multiple movies in here. I feel like they filmed a shitload of stuff and edited it down to a specific concept, because I think there's a lot more to it than this.
Yeah.
This movie could be 5 hours long, and it could be just an epic, or it could just be a shorter story about controlling a giant monster and the hijinks that ensue.
Right. We should probably get into the review.
Anne meter? Hathaway meter? Jace?
Hathawometer?
The meters?
The meter?
Hathawometers?
The meter for Colossal. Wow. I'm kind of dreading this. This meter. I think Anne Hathaway did good. She done did good.
She done did it.
I'm insofar as understanding that the character is hugely flawed, and like, me being upset and frustrated about the reactions in these situations, like to Jason Sudeikis is like, oh, you're going to do this, and it's like, you don't have to work at that bar. I understand it's a movie. It's like, you can leave. And so, actually, I think like my biggest gripe, and maybe likely not her fault, is at the very end of the movie, she walks into a bar in Korea after she eats Jason Sudeikis, and she's immensely sad. And then she looks at the bartender and says, "Do you want to hear an amazing story?" It's like, what the fuck? Why?
That was a strange.
It's like
alluding to
It's
something.
like a 180 from like what the character was. And then I did when the bartender was like, "Do you want a drink?" And then she was like, no, I shouldn't have one. Like, kind of grounding, kind of coming back. But like, so again, yeah, with that tonal mishmash of the movie, I think she did well. I think there was a lot of good physical acting with like the gags of falling asleep at random times and being asleep, when a normal person shouldn't be asleep. So it's up there. I think this is performance-wise probably right under Devil Wears Prada and Princess Diaries. I think I'm going to give her an 8 for this one.
Nice. Sweet. An 8 on the N meter. Double O's, half a snowman, 2/3 of a snowman. For this one, yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Jace. Like, this is kind of outside of her typical wheelhouse, which I really appreciated. It was really well done. There were no duds. Maybe I shouldn't be looking for duds because I'm so used to them for certain actors. But she was really good in this movie. Jace, I felt your same frustrations with her character, where I was like, why doesn't she get out of it? Why doesn't she go to the police? Why doesn't she do this, this, this? But then I realized also, like, that is the same thing that people do with, like, abusive relationships, too. I mean, you know, you see her get entrapped. The circumstances are unusual, but I think it was also designed to make us think like that too. Yeah. Maybe to be like, oh shit, like she has no choice. So I appreciated that aspect. And just seeing her path of self-destruction, but just in a really real way, was something I really appreciated in this movie. I think she delivered everything really well. Her physical acting too, just stumbling around, but even being comedic, like when she was kind of dancing as the monster, but then coming to like the horrific reality that she's like, oh shit, I just slapped a helicopter and killed a guy. Like, and she's like, I'm not having fun anymore. I want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That was just really good. I thought she did super great in this movie. I'm trying to think about what I want to give her. But honestly, I have no issues with her performance in this movie. I thought it was really great. She was in most of the movie. I think this is very much an Anne Hathaway movie. If you're a fan of her, you're going to really love this. I'm okay with giving her a 10 for that reason.
What? Wow.
Our meters, we've already established our meters are different, okay? My metric's probably going to be different than anyone else's. This is a 10 on the Anne meter. Anne Hathaway fans, check this movie out. Very good.
Wow. Sorry, guys. I disagree. I thought this was, I think I said this along the same lines earlier, but like, she doesn't normally play this type of character. I do think she did pretty well. I don't think she was the star of the show, however. And like, I think that was my main takeaway was like, yeah, Anne Hathaway did pretty good and she was the main character, but dang, Jason Sudeikis did really, really, like, he knocked it out of the park. So like, yeah, it's hard for me to give her a really high score when she wasn't my favorite actor in the movie, or at least like her performance wasn't my favorite performance. She was in it quite a bit. I think pretty much every scene, right? So man, you have me persuaded a little bit. So I'm gonna bump it up to a 6. I think I was gonna go with a 5 because it was good but not great. But I think a little bit out of her type.
Okay, so a snowman head with a bendy carrot on top.
On top?
Yes, off to the.
Oh, you're describing the number 6.
The 6, yeah.
Yes, as they say about the number 6. Fair enough. Jace, you want to kick us off on the movie meter? What did we feel about Colossal?
Movie meter. This is the harder of the two.
This is one where we actually pretend like we know what we're talking about.
Like, I think if somebody listens to the entirety of the podcast up until now, they're gonna understand our feelings. And some of it. It was tonally, it's a wish-wash, like. The scene with Jason Sudeikis pulling the illegal firework out of the back of the bar and lighting the bar on fire was like, okay, he did great, but I don't believe it because I don't know why he's doing it or why any of the other patrons of the bar are like, why is he throwing chairs up at the escalation just seemed strange. And that isn't limited to that scene in the movie. And I did have to rewatch it today. So I watched it late last week, and kind of lost a lot of it. Mm-hmm. There aren't a lot of lasting impressions outside of Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis acting well. So, for me, it comes down to like, I think it's a 6. For me, it's it's above average for a movie. It's a movie like that I think I would tell people to watch. And I've obviously watched it twice now, but it's not like a rewatcher.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's fair. A 6. Yeah, Jace, I'm agreeing with you. I think we are all kind of having similar feelings about this movie. This movie felt a lot like a reel to me. So like some indie movies kind of have the same thing where individual pieces are amazing. Cinematography was beautiful in this movie.
Yeah.
The score was good. The individual acting scenes, I was like gripped. I was held in. But the sum of its parts is where it kind of fell apart. It was almost like they made this movie as a thing to show other professionals to be like, yeah, I put together that scene, see how good it was. Hire me for your bigger project that's going to make more money. And as a whole, we talked about this before too, like it was a tonal mess. There were a lot of threads that felt unresolved, underdeveloped. There were characters I wanted to explore more. There were concepts that were really good that I think they should have gone farther with and cut certain things out. This movie, I think, explores a lot of really interesting concepts. It does it extremely, extremely well, and even brings a new thing into the kaiju universe. But overall, when it ended, me and Amber were just kind of like, Okay, yeah. So when a movie ends with I think it's gonna be a 6.5 for me. I'm gonna bump it up a little bit above 6 because I think I enjoyed aspects of it.
Yeah,
but yeah, not that good.
Agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the same page. I think if you would have given it a 6, I also would have given it a 6 just to complete the number of the beast. But
fuck, I fucked it up.
I'm gonna go with a 7, you guys.
Oh,
mostly because I love kaiju movies, and I think you guys know this about me, but I gobble them up. Like the newest version of all the Godzilla movies, throw them at me. I don't think they're very good, but I love them. And like the Kong movies and all that, like the one way that I think this wasn't a kaiju movie is that normally those are monsters and they're portrayed as monsters, where in this the monsters are more of a character or like an alter ego sort of. And for me it was like, oh, look what I did when I was drunk. They wake up in the morning and they see footage of, something that they don't remember. And like, whoa, that was me? I did all those bad things? And for kaiju, normally it's like people against the monster. And in this way, I liked the spin, but it's hard to be like, yeah, these monsters were awesome. With a movie that's like where the monsters are actually like alcoholism and abuse. I knew that it was going to not be a kaiju movie from the opening few seconds. When they showed the monster, like literally the opening scene was like showing you what the monster looks like, and that's a no for monster movies. Any form of monster movie. That's a good point. If it's a horror movie think about that. Where there's like a villain who's supposed to be scary, or like a ghost movie or whatever, especially Godzilla. Like, you show like footage of the destruction, then you show like a big wave, then you show the foot like stomping down on next to somebody, and then only in the climax of the movie do you show the whole monster. This went in a different direction, so I think that there just wasn't enough content, and I would have really liked that. I probably would have been amazing if they went like, let's show monster fights. Instead, we saw them human form fighting, and that wasn't fun. That was not fun. It was sad.
It was sad, and
they didn't have the CGI for that. They didn't have the budget.
Well, that's the other thing too. The monsters didn't move like monsters. Like if you think about a windmill, like in those windmill farms, those tips on those windmills are going like 60 miles an hour. They're shooting. They're going so fast, those windmills, but they look like they're going really slow because they're so big. And in this movie, the monsters moved at the same overall rate that Anne Hathaway moved. Like if she dropped her arm
That's a good point.
with gravity, like it just went like whoof down to the ground, the monster would do the same thing. That monster's arm would be breaking the sound barrier. And so the monsters like needed to have some sort of like sloggy delay to them and really for their punches too. Like when they slapped each other, like the slaps were quick, and that makes me think that they're light, right? Because human hands are relatively light to 300-foot tall giant monsters. So like it needed to have more of a thud to it, and that's a really stupid criticism of this movie, and it's really off kilter. I'm sorry, but like
more realistic monsters.
Seriously,
there was more rom-com in The Devil Wears Prada than there was kaiju in this one. It's bullshit.
Well, I think you're making a joke, but you're not wrong.
Not enough Godzilla. It doesn't work. Please continue, Ryan.
That's it.
This is a Romzilla movie?
I'm going with 7.
7. Carrot bent in half for this one.
I don't like the carrot stuff.
You don't like the carrot stuff? A twig?
He's got terrible eyesight. Stop antagonizing him.
But there you have it, folks. Let us know what you think about Colossal if you watch this. Feel free to shoot us a DM, too, about what you think.
Yeah.
But I believe next week, it's my turn to pick the movie. The dictatorial power is transferred to you, boy. For the synopsis, I've been thinking long and hard about what I want to pick. I was between 2 movies, but I put up a certain Instagram poll the other day, and we got a lot of requests.
Oh God, it's fucking Ella Enchanted.
I'm gonna have to throw our fans a little bone here. We don't throw them a lot of bones. We gotta
I didn't realize that's what you were doing, because I only gave joke responses.
So yeah, guys,
it's Ella Enchanted.
We're doing Ella Enchanted. Okay, we gotta do it. We got so many requests. I got people texting me telling us to watch Ella Enchanted. I haven't seen this thing since I watched it in theaters like 20 years ago. How many freaking princess
movies is she in?
She's in a good amount, all right? And we still have enough runway to watch PD2 if anyone wants to suggest it, all right? Elle Enchanted. I wanted to do Les Mis maybe because she won an
I'm
Oscar.
kind of worried
but,
about that one. It's gonna be. She's in the movie for 15 minutes.
Oh, that's fuck. Yeah,
That's
well,
a tough one.
Yeah. Well,
She
Elle
might have
Enchanted,
a high
she's the
score,
lead.
but
She might, yeah. Maybe for Hugh Jackman season or a French movie season. But we hope you guys will join us for next week with Ella Enchanted. We're going to watch it. We're going to review it.
I'm hyped.
And thanks for watching the movie if you did for this one. I think it is worth a watch, even if we didn't give it a perfect score.
I'm hella enchanted.
Nice, dude. Nice. Pull that back out next episode.
Nice. But thanks for joining us, guys. You guys got anything to say or plug?
Watch the movie.
It's a colossal concept. And I think, yeah, it's worth watching. Thanks for joining us, guys. Join us next week.
This movie looks terrible. I'm looking through the photos on IMDb, and it looks atrocious.